All right, hey everybody, it's Norwich 93 CMP again. I saw a lot of people online lately on social networking talking about how the slide jumps off the bolt while they're firing, and there's a couple reasons why that happens. But one of the first things I want to show you is that when you're looking at your weapon, one of the first things you should do is look for the tightness between the slide and the receiver. Right here is a little area of a crack, and there shouldn't be much slop. So a couple times I commented to guys, I said, do you have slop in it? Do you have slop in it? This is pretty tight. There should be some slop. This is totally acceptable. When the slide operates and is coming to the back, you can see the wear patterns. And when we talk about the wear patterns, we're looking at the slide itself in this box. This is what causes it to stay inside the receiver. And the squareness of it and the sharpness. So when I pass my finger going this way, it's sharp. And if you look really good, it's also nice and square for you. It's 90 degrees over here, and you can see a wear pattern, just a little bit shininess on the bottom, but nothing on the top. Some of the ones that are really worn, this will be all shiny, and then these corners will be almost cut and rounded on both sides, and that leads it to jump out. You can see there's also some wear here. So you can see how it rides up against the receiver and the little special cut that's in there. But this box is what basically does almost all the reasons why I see bolts having the slide come off it during firing. There are a couple other reasons. One of them is this. You notice the angle between the box of the slide and the arm of the slide. It's nice and straight. I've seen them where they're bent in and bent out. Look for that also. It's definitely a possibility. I really had never seen these guides that go onto the barrel ever really wear out. Some corners get a little more rounded than others, but as far as thickness and stuff, I really haven't seen a problem. But I suppose it can. Now, everything I'm telling you is about USGI stuff. The commercial stuff I really can't comment on because a lot of their parts are inferior to GI stuff. So maybe some of the things will actually go between the two, but for the most part, I'm talking about GI stuff. Aside from the slide, and what's important that we're going to look at is the receiver. So this is the cut where the slide is going to go into in the receiver, and this one happens to have two notches. This is the dismount one, the most forward one. This is where it physically jumps out of if it gets back that far. If the slide does not get back this far and it's jumping out before that, and in this area, more than likely there's either really heavy wear in here, maybe if you have a GI receiver, I have seen that, or that box is the problem that I was telling you about. And what happens is there's a third way that can go wrong, and that's basically you're going to do this as viewing. I'm trying to see. But these are index marks, and I didn't screw the barrel down all the way, but I want to show you that if this isn't lined up nicely, everything is not going to be square for that slide. If it's a little bit off to one side or the other, it's going to change the way it sits on the receiver. I'm going to mount it on this one just to show you how it works. Okay, so she's in battery. Now watch the distance right here when I twist the barrel. See how it tightened up? I went, I'm taking it off the receiver, and that generates a larger gap right there. You can see the shininess of the little box we were talking about, but I just twisted the barrel. That's all I'm doing. Now if you keep that out and I come back with the slide, look at the distance now. It's getting increased. And this is where it's going to dismount, right here. And that's probably where it's going to happen on you folks. If it's happening way before it, I'm going to say replace the slide. If it happens way out here, I'm going to say check for the squareness of the arm to the box. Just double check the index marks on your barrel to your receiver. And another thing I wanted to show you too is there's a lot of force with the slide coming back, and what happens is, I'm trying to take it off. If you look at the bottom of the receiver, little square portion right here, it's all shiny. Well, that matches up with the with the box and the back side of the receiver. See that shiny part? That's slamming down on it with enough force. That's why it jumps off a track. Now I'm going to show you another rifle that I have where it is definitely looser. And I'm only using 2 fingers to pull this slide off the bolt. See at the start of it, it's already shiny in there. I have a lot more play than another rifle I showed you. But when I pull it back, I'm only using 2 fingers. Comes right out. Not only does it come right out, I'm almost the width of the box pulling out with 2 fingers. That's probably loose. Then I would take the rifle apart, see if the arm's a little bent, check the box, check the track in here, see if there's a little area. But I mean, if it's firing fine, leave it alone. If it's coming out on you and coming off the bolt as you're firing, obviously then you need to replace it. Another problem possibly could be, check the spring. When you're troubleshooting a firearm, you change the minimum amount of stuff first and then go forward after that, because you're going to rule out certain things. So this is just a quick video on how to look for the little technical aspects of an inspection, that what can be going wrong with your rifle causing the slide to jump off the bolt. All right, take care, folks. I'll do another video. I'm going to do one on the stock pouch next. Take care.